That's right, ladies and gentlemen. The Buffalo Bills are going to win the AFC East. And I'm going to give you 5 reasons why. No, it's not because I'm high, it's not because I'm on my 10th spiked seltzer of the night, and it's not even because Hurricane Dorian is raging outside of my window and there's a 50% chance a projectile is gonna come through here and pierce my jugular. I am dead ass. The Buffalo Bills will win the AFC East Division Championship. This comes to no surprise of you. I am a diehard Buffalo Bills fan. My regular audience, you're just used to my regular videos where I make fun of weird stuff on the internet. Probably a video like this is what I would make fun of. It's the truth, guys. I am a diehard Buffalo Bills fan, and I have been through years and years of torment of watching this damn football team break my heart year after year. But this year, it's different. This year, alright, maybe not a Super Bowl, but the division title is very, very realistic. Hear me out. I have 5 reasons that I put together, and we're just gonna go through them right now. There's no question that the 2018 Buffalo Bills offensive line was comparable to a junior varsity high school team based out of Denmark. They were basically paper mache. This ultimately caused Josh Allen to run the ball way more than he needed to. And while some of those plays were highlight worthy,
jumps over the defenders to pick up the first.
It did cause him to make some pretty bad decisions. So in the offseason, Brandon Beane decided to revamp the entire offensive line and clean house. Most notably, we signed the starting center from the Kansas City Chiefs, Mitch Morse. This dude legitimately has surrendered 2 sacks his entire career. The last sack he surrendered was in 2015. In fact, he went an entire span of 1,500 pass snaps without surrendering a sack. This guy is legitimately a metaphorical Fort Knox. And so then we decide to sign this gentleman from Oklahoma named Cody Ford, a pass rusher's nightmare. He has this amazing ability to just get the right amount of depth right on his initial kick step and rarely oversteps no matter how wide the edge rusher lines up. This guy is a freak. This kick step has allowed Ford to intercept a speed rusher before they can even turn the corner. And so then you need to account for, of course, Quinton Spain, Ty Nsekhe, and John Feliciano. This is going to allow Josh to have so much more time in the pocket that he's going to be dangerous. Now, let's say that there was a more derogatory term for trash. Then that's exactly how I would categorize the Buffalo Bills receiving core in 2018. And I mean, Josh Allen probably would have had a better chance with the drunkest fan in the stadium at that point. It was that bad. But this year, entire different animal. Like the offensive line, we completely revamped our receiving core. Most notably, Cole Beasley. He's legitimately been the slot receiver that Josh has needed from the time that he stepped foot on the football field. This is the guy where Josh is going to be able to dump those quick 5 to 6 yard passes when there's no other options. Rather than looking to run the ball, Beasley is going to be his last resort, which is fantastic for a pass-focused league. The way that this white boy can create separation is ridiculous. They're even saying that he's projected to have a 100 reception season, and I believe it. So with that separation creating monster, you need some speed. First off, you have Robert Foster, probably the only glimmer of hope of the receiving core last year. But then you get a guy named John Brown, the speedster from the Baltimore Ravens, who is going to be a perfect fit for the arm strength that our quarterback currently possesses. We all know that our boy is notorious for overthrowing a receiver about 4 to 5 yards. But when you account for a guy that can run a 4.2 40 on his worst day, those types of throws are going to be non-existent because we finally have receivers that can go up and get the ball regardless of the accuracy. He's legitimately going to be the deep threat that we have needed for years. And then, of course, once you mix in Zay Jones, Robert Foster, and the rookie tight end Dawson Knox, or maybe even Tommy Sweeney, we have so much more weapons than we did last year that if Josh can't capitalize on that, then I will be the first one to admit that he's not our guy. So now it comes to our running game. And many of you are about to say, oh damn, we let go of LaShawn McCoy. How stupid could we be? Don't get me wrong, I was the biggest fan of LaShawn McCoy. I am so thankful for what he did for the city of Buffalo and our football team. But let's be honest, folks, the NFL favors the young, and LaShawn McCoy is past his prime. Yes, we totally understand that he ended up getting picked up by the Kansas City Chiefs, and a lot of the fans, especially on the Bills Mafia page, who are the wannabe general managers, might say, oh, how the hell did we not even get a draft pick from that guy? Because he was asking for $9 million. We attempted to trade him, and no team wanted to pick him up for $9 million. So we ended up releasing him, and while we may think that this sounds like the end of the world, it's really not. We have a natural running back who is about to take the league by storm, if not this year, then the next year. Devin Singletary.
Singletary gets a block. There he goes. Devin Singletary. Nation-leading 19th touchdown of the season.
Dragging the feet, Joe Buck.
Uh-oh. Singletary finally busts yards.
Robinson hands it off. Singletary's getting it in.
Right out of the draft pick, he is going to be a steal from the draft this year. His hands are incredible. He can run the ball. He can create that separation. He can make defenders miss. He is going to be our guy, and he is going to be Kareem Hunt 2.0 this year, I guarantee you. Then once you mix in the veteran that we have in Frank Gore, who I'm still damn surprised that he is even breathing, let alone still playing football. But this guy just continues to surprise me. He's still playing football at a very, very high level, and he's gonna be our veteran that's gonna keep this rookie in check and then make our running game not only the same as last year, but better. Mark my words, this running game is 110% twofold better than what it was. Dude, he had a 52% completion rating last year. He runs the ball too much. He's not accurate. He's just a bad quarterback. Listen here, mofos. There's a lot of things that you need to consider when you're talking about a quarterback. Number one, we already discussed that our damn O-line was paper mache last year. He had nobody to throw to. Once you also account for the fact that he didn't even start the first game, the brilliant Nathan Peterman started the game and completely destroyed us from even having a chance of winning that first one. He was also injured for 5 damn games. Once he came back, that's when he absolutely balled out.
Could not corral Allen or drop it over the top. Ivory. Care for Edmonds, the rookie out of Virginia Tech. And now the other big rookie. Allen with a lot of room to run. Inside the 25.
And so yes, we totally understand that his QBR was low. That was probably the biggest argument that I get from the majority of my friends here. But it's funny because QBR, they don't account for the rushing yards that Josh Allen put up last year. He was the #1 quarterback last year in rushing yards, stacked on an additional 9 to 10 touchdowns last year from running alone. And then people want to say that his QBR was terrible, and ESPN wants to rank him as one of the lowest QBs in the league. Get out of here, dude. This is the guy, he has the weapons, he still has that running capability, that pure athleticism, the protection. He's gonna ball out this year, and he's gonna have an MVP season. Mark my words. And so I absolutely had to talk about this reason, because I knew that the comment section is about to be flooded with a bunch of people from New England and Tom Brady dick riders. Were about to be destroying my comment field if I didn't touch on this. The New England Patriots. How the hell are the Bills going to beat out the New England Patriots this year and be at the top of the AFC East? And I'm going to tell you exactly why. Maybe the receiving core is incredible, but let me tell you one thing that is really going to be a huge factor for all of you New England fans here. Your quarterback is on his last leg. He's 42, he's 43. He only has so much more gas in the tank. while he can be conditioned, while he can do his thing, this is the year of his decline. Don't get me wrong, they will still have a winning record. I'm saying 10-6. I'm saying 10-6, and they're gonna sneak in with a wild card spot. That's really how it works out. But Tom Brady is on his last leg. You don't have Gronkowski. His number one offensive option that he has been developing chemistry with for the past 5 or 6 years. He has Julian Edelman, super injury prone. And then you have a bunch of receivers who just are not familiar with the system itself, and a defense that can easily be picked apart. Patriots, they will have a winning record, and I'm even going to say that you will split with the Buffalo Bills. We will lose to you guys in Foxborough, but we're gonna kick your ass in Buffalo. I guarantee you that. Y'all's time is coming. Back in the 90s when the Bills just made your life a living hell, those times are coming back, baby, and it's gonna be a long 10 to 11 years, I promise you. Well, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for tuning in to my rant about the Buffalo Bills. I really hope that I'll be able to shove this video in your face. Let's come about 5 or 6 months from now when we're entering the playoffs as division champions, and we can go from there. If not, then feel free to shove this video in my face too. But yeah, guys, this is really not my normal type of video. If you like, sort of like a comedy channel, you like when I make fun of weird stuff on the internet, be goofing around with my buddies, definitely subscribe, consider that. Let's go Buffalo. Deuces.
The Bills make me wanna shout, kick your heels up and shout, throw your hands up and shout, throw your head back and shout. Come on now, the Bills are making it happen now. Stand up now, come on and shout, yeah, 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 yeah. Say you will. Shout it right now.